John Carter, a feature film from Disney. Let's begin. Starts off with Civil War veteran John Carter, the title character, of course. And we get him being captured by some Union soldiers who want him to fight. But he doesn't want to fight anymore. He's against violence. Sound familiar? And then he's off. He escapes after he's captured. And then he's off to this cave full of gold, apparently. And there's this weird spider symbol. And he's like, Spider-Man? Is Spider-Man being filmed here? No, that's not it at all. There's this strange guy in there, and he transports him to another world after he gets the medallion. I know it might sound like this doesn't make any sense, but in the context of the movie it does. And we also see his nephew get his journal in the it's 10 years after. So it kind of went back and forth, but 10 years after this strangeness, his nephew, who is actually Edgar Rice Burroughs, the actual author of the John Carter of Mars series of novels, he gets this journal from him, and it seems like he's dead. John Carter, I mean. So, what's going on here? Where did John Carter get transported to? And how come the series is called John Carter of Mars if he's from Earth? Oh, I'll get to that. I hope you guys are excited, because this is going to be a bumpy ride, but it's full of excitement. Yeah. So, he ends up on this desert planet, which many might find similar to Tatooine from the Star Wars films. Now let's get some things out of the way. The actual John Carter story that this is based on, The Princess of Mars, is from 1917, so it predates Star Wars. And you could say, oh, who cares? This is a visual, a realized film based on that. And Star Wars is based on all that stuff, and I'll get to that later. But so what? Lots of movies take stuff we've seen before and put a new skin or a new layer to that, or they take something away. They make it different enough, or they don't, and it might actually be really offensive. But this movie, I mean, it has elements of Star Wars and Avatar and other films you've seen before, but I feel like there's enough different that it's really cool. I find it really cool, well, really interesting that they would make this movie. Andrew Stanton, the director of WALL-E, actually, because, well, if there's so many movies that have been inspired in this, won't this seem old and like a rehash, even though technically the story is older? Well, once again, I think there's enough different. You get these villains that are, they dress kind of like the Kryptonians from the Superman movies, and they're really nasty guys. I don't want to spoil anything, but they're pretty nasty. And let's just say they're kind of hiding. Very interesting, muy interesante. And John Carter meets this race of native aliens. I think they're like the Thark or something, and they're green. They've got 4 arms and they've got tusks, which is, man, that's pretty freaking awesome. Green with tusks? Wow. I mean, I think that's pretty cool. I don't know about you guys, but green with tusks is pretty badass to me. And apparently dinner's ready, so I'll be back in a few seconds.
Go.
Hey everybody, back from dinner. It's always good to do a review on a full stomach. Yeah. As I was saying, we're on Mars, and there's a war. that's happening, and I should redo this. Hey everybody, back from dinner. It's always good to do a review on a full stomach. So John Carter is on Mars. Mars, a war-torn planet. Which, war-torn planet? Oh, gasp. Sounds kind of like Star Wars. Anyway, there's a war. And it appears that the only way to stop it is for this princess of Mars to get married to the leader of the bad red wearing jerks, the Boomafoos, the Zangooses, the Zangarangs, the Zangadangs. I don't know what the name was. And the good the blue wearing folks, like this princess, they're the heliums. Helium, like in a balloon. Okay, I can live with that. Anyway, so there's this weird initiation that John Carter supposedly has to go through with these fox, the green tusked people. Okay, sorry, it's okay, and then he learns the language of Mars and drinking this delicious substance that is completely different from drugs. And yeah, he likes it. He thought it was pretty delicious after he got high. Anyway, I thought it was pretty interesting how their little babies, the little green tusk people, had little babies that looked like dinosaurs. But when they got older, they looked more humanoid. Roar! Anyway, after he learns this language, the green tusked folk hope to use John Carter as a weapon to defend them from the bad red-skinned folk. And then the red-skinned folk, who have two factions, remember, the balloon people and the Zangooses, which is not a Pokemon. Actually, it is, but I can't remember. It's like Boomazang, Vazangatang, Orangutan. The red-wearing folks, clearly the bad ones, because it's red, rawr, scary color, and the color of blood. But we find out later that they're not exactly the villains. They're being influenced from the outside. And and then John Carter discovers this princess. He saves her from the red folk, the red-wearing folk, I mean, and falls in love, meets a dog guy that he got from the green tusk folk, befriends Willem Dafoe, which, come on, guys. Willem Dafoe as a green alien. Did you guys see Spider-Man, where he played the Green Goblin? Ah ha ha! First we attack his heart! I love Willem Dafoe, guys. He's awesome. Thank you for putting him in the movie. That's awesome, guys. High five. High five, Andrew Stanton, or whoever cast the movie. Yeah! Okay. Love Willem Dafoe. And then, yeah, it's just really awesome. He's trying to stop this war, and this outside influence is trying to create chaos. Yeah, I like to say chaos like that. And it's just really awesome. So, what do the other critics have to say about it? 50% on Rotten Tomatoes? Spill.com didn't really like it? What? My most trusted source, Spill.com? No! What is happening? Well, they say, oh, we've seen this movie before. It's a cliche story, cliche characters, cliche-looking aliens. If you have aliens in it, they better not look like Star Wars aliens. Mm-hmm. or Vulcans. And you know, okay, it's not the most original looking film. You know, it's got desert world with aliens and all that. Once again, the story came first, but that's okay. Star Wars has been influenced by things like John Carter of Mars and Flash Gordon. But forget that. Let's talk about something other than Star Wars. A little movie I like to call James Cameron's Avatar. It's my little impression. If you wonder if you could figure out who that was I was doing an impression of. If you do, you get $5. Anyway, Yugi boy. Okay, anyway, what was I saying? I was saying that I really think it's a little weird that critics are saying that, oh, this movie is so unoriginal. Oh, it looks unoriginal. Oh, cliche acting or cliche dialogue, cliche characters. It's all cliche. I don't like it. I'm gonna explode. I've seen this before. It's dull. James Cameron's Avatar. Okay. Sam Worthington, the lead actor, not the best actor. The lead actor in this movie, Taylor Kitsch, better actor. At least in this movie. And the villains, this outside influence, the guy that they got from one of these things, I'll just call him that, he is played by Mark Strong, who previously was in Sherlock Holmes, the recent Robert Downey Jr. one, and the Green Lantern movie, which I did a review for. If you want to watch that, you could watch it right now. And he played Sinestro in that, which one of my favorite DC Comics villains. Anyway, I really thought Mark Strong was good as the villain, or whatever this thing is, if you want to consider it a villain. It's a villain. Anyway, there's some interesting political analysis that could be done with his character and his little organization. Anyway, what I was saying about Avatar, also the villain, not the strongest acting we got there. Dialogue, just cheesy, like really cheesy, almost like really just campy dialogue from the villain from Avatar, played by Stephen Lang. And so I'm trying to get this through my head. What was so bad about John Carter that was not also present in Avatar? Because Avatar is not an original story, guys. Okay? I don't know what you're trying to say. The 3D, I saw it in 3D, by the way, guys, which I usually try to avoid movies that are in 3D, but Mr. Movie Man didn't like that. He wasn't happy with that. So he told me, you see it at 11:40 or you die. So I had to see it at 11:40. Mr. Movie Man is pretty happy right now. It's pretty good. Anyway, I really love this movie. And I don't see why critics don't like it. The creature design, I think, is really cool. You know, we've seen six-legged creatures before, but I think it does it different enough. I mean, green tusk people, once again, green tusk people, awesome, win. So, I mean, the special effects are really good, like, really good. I'd say probably Avatar level. There's also steampunk warships. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but steampunk just about anything is usually pretty cool, at least for me. And when you got steampunk warships and green tusk people in a movie together, oh boy, it's like it's got my name written all over it. This movie was made for me, wasn't it? Anyway, you probably are wondering if I'm gonna give this movie some kind of rating, you know, out of 5 or 10 or 65 or something. Well, I'm gonna give it a rating out of 5. I think that's a nice number to 5 out of 5, perhaps. Okay, you can go home, guys. Go home. Green tusk people! 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 Stop filming!